What's up, YouTube? You know who it is. Like, share, subscribe. Make sure that you like so we can get this following up and get it to the right people, places for the correct situations. Um, I'm not sure, but is someone that's out here looking? I don't. Is this a child or something? I couldn't make it out, but also is making it out to be that this is also someone haunting and stalking someone, and they have this hope. This is a dark skinned dude, like he has to be, African American descent because this is like somebody getting help and assistance from like people that they used to work with or they knew from certain places because it was like someone could own like a bar or a club, but something like a bartender, right? Say like she can pay attention to like what type of customers come in and something about either a pool, not like a pool hall where you're gonna play pool with the stick, but like a swimming pool, and then a stadium. This could be a high school stadium, because most of the time you don't really see these type of stadiums unless it's like at a school. So someone could be like part of a swim team, but this is like a female coach because I'm sitting there seeing like females sitting on a bench, but I'm seeing somebody like lurking and watching from behind these benches or something like that. Like someone has their eyes stuck on like these two females, but it's also, bruh, don't tell me it's a black dude trying to teach some other like young boys that's like in probably middle school, high school, or something like that, how to stalk their prey and then get what they want out of these women. Somebody need to make a stop to this. It's a high school swim team or some kind of sports team at a high school, and it's a man showing like boys how to do this or to get away with it where can't nobody catch them doing this. Also, someone is taking a female from place to place because this is also someone wanting to do this spiritual RAPE and a physical RAPE to someone. Okay, it's a dark skinned dude. Okay, this is why like I tell people all the time, like nothing against black men, but baby, I would not ever. It's a lot of folks I won't trust. That's why the next 6 years is for me. Recovery is importante to me. Do you hear me? That's why I tell people all the time I wouldn't even care if I had kids, wasn't able to, whatever the case may be, baby, me and that belly would be so discreet, baby, you would have to come look for me, do you know me? But this is like not Miami. Someone could be in Miami or planning to like escape there where they could feel like they can blend in somewhere. Or someone could be Haitian or Nigerian. But I kept seeing somebody just I'm seeing somebody just sitting there, and then all the time, whenever whoever this man is, he'll get urges, but it's like a bartender. This could be a white female or a very light skinned person of a different race. Either white or a real white skinned person from a different race, or they could be biracial, but I ain't seen no light skinned people that light bright unless they was biracial. And I'm just seeing this person violate this person and say when they get ready to do it at this place, right? They're taking whoever this person is, or these like it's up to like 4 people taken. So I don't know if these people are taken, so missing or kidnapped, but it's like one in particular where I just see this man keep taking this same girl and violating her every chance, and it's like stand up here, like this motherfucker made this person stand in a sink while they did this. And then it was like, you better sit here. And it was like somebody had that, the masked tool pointed at this person, said, come over, like forcing this person to do so. I mean, if it's a younger person or whoever it is, I'll be fearful too. But then it's like this is like, what's the name of that movie where they had that person locked up just to get, to force them to say, well, I get a promotion, like trying to use them like a personal genie or some weird shit. Like this is like literally someone's plan or plot or whatever the case may be. But it was like working with this dude, working with these women. Someone is definitely a bartender. Someone could be either in Jacksonville, Tallahassee type area. Cause I'm hearing that song from T-Pain, Bartender. I mean, I know that they was into, bringing them home or whatever, but I would hate to think that it's T-Pain's wife. But hey, it is what it is. Someone could either like working in cars, because I'm seeing like, where you can have like them side homes or rooms, or like those basement homes, or like, even if they don't have that outside like basement or like floor basement, like somebody is doing something, like it's like literally in plain sight, and I can see somebody leaving, every now and again. But whoever it is, it's like they locking them up somewhere. So like if they're not there, I feel like the only time that this girl could come out is like if these females are there to like, move freely. But then it's like someone could own a club or a bartender, like a bar or something like that. And I'm just seeing them let this person come out to like eat, get something to drink. But like right before this person would come or something like that, they'll bring them back in. Somebody could actually be like a high school student or something like that. It could have been past, present, future. We can avoid that because we're going to be able to, I'm trying to figure out how we can spot what this is, because it's like it's a certain behavior that this person has. Somebody could be, this is a bald-headed black dude or dark-skinned dude of any race. Someone is like not needed, but like when they standing up and their knees buckle inward type thing, or one of their legs is like that. So someone could have had like some kind of leg injury. I was about to say somebody got that jail body, strong at the top and them chicken legs at the bottom. This man could be, give or take, like, I was going to say 5'8", but more or less 5'10" and up. Shit, this is some shit. When I was married to my son Adrian's daddy, Louis Ponce, that motherfucker, he weird. He notorious for doing some shit like that. He could have got away with it if I wasn't willing to fight his ass right back to leave. Robert E. Lee. It could be a street, a building, apartment. Yeah, definitely some high school. So somebody could be targeting some high school kids. Also, it's like a kid getting involved in something. It's like, I feel like it's just in this kid or something like that. But like necromancy is like, y'all need to be careful about giving people, y'all kids, pictures. Because the weird motherfucker did some shit with my kids' picture. And I'm just sitting here, why would you, like, you have all these TV stands, entertainment centers, and they pictures could be in there. This bitch had the picture in her bathroom. She had the pictures in her bathroom. Y'all have to be mindful when people do that, or certain entertainment centers where people have mirrors, and then they try to encase them with certain, things in them, whether you know it or not. All they got to do is either take the picture or like the decor and tell them to do certain things. Like, I want to brain control this person. I want this to happen to this person. I want this person to always do this to me. When I seen that Sheila bitch do that and Patrick do that, because it was always like, give me her pictures. Give me her pictures. She used to do this shit when I was like back in, I want to say when I seen him that first time, it was between like 93 and 1996. And he would take my pictures, and if he knew who did voodoo and all that weird shit in the prison, like, they still thought I had forgot about that shit. Like, nah, y'all motherfuckers is weird as shit. Patrick was notorious because I had to bet my money. I'm pretty sure he went to prison before for a RAPE, and just swear up and down like, I ain't did that. I ain't had nothing to do that. And then like he was taking the crime for taking on a M charge, because he went to prison for an M, but he took the M because they didn't want their older brother to go. Well, they didn't want the older brother to go, and they didn't want Johnny to go because Johnny was gonna be on his way to go pro. Anthony, they was a little sketchy because they wasn't sure, like all of them was in the streets. But Patrick, that's one motherfucker I wouldn't put that weird shit past because he used to have this weird obsession with me as a little girl, and he would do that shit to me. And that when I would tell my so-called mama, she like, girl, I didn't hush, and then they will always force me to go with them. And I'm your dad, and he would say the most obscene, most inappropriate things that you should say to a child. Like all of these things, and he'll grab himself and do all this weird shit to me. That's why I was like, you are not my father. I would tell him that all the time. And he would just try to force me to be like, just try to call him my dad. I'd be like, you are not my dad at all. Didn't act like he didn't do it. Wasn't one, nothing. He just liked to have control over people, and he was very great at fucking lying. That's why it was like, when I could look at certain people, you could tell a familiar spirit, because just because there's a different person, different race, nationality, you know what it looked like. You know what a R would look like. A R would do. You know what an M person would do. You know what stalkers would do, because Pat, Johnny and all them, Johnny was one of them motherfuckers where he just do it from the background. And then they used to only listen to him because he was so big, being a fucking linebacker. He was tall and he was big. And then he was strong. That's what they looked at him. He was like Solomon. Cut the dreads off, then you get to the weakness. He started eating wrong. Now look at his head. Barely can do what it is that they do. But like a lot of stuff that certain people do is like, I don't ever look past it. But somebody needs to be mindful of that. Like there's about 4 kids, 4 teenagers that they're dragging in there, looking to break them to submit to this. And it's like someone can also, like I said, a bartender, a bar, something like that. But the females, they work in like fast food restaurants, or they're bartenders, okay? Working in certain restaurants and stuff like that. A swim team, so someone could be a school teacher or a coach. So be mindful of these motherfuckers at these summer schools. And then some of these little boys in these schools, y'all need to keep y'all eye on y'all kids. Them angel sensors, I don't give a fuck if these kids going back and forth with you. Right now, 'tis the season for them to try to do this, and they're utilizing the fuck out of this, especially with these social media platforms, and these kids thinking like, well, mama, well, everybody at school do this. Well, shit, baby, you is not everybody, and I want you to be safe, and I want you to live, and I want you to come home type thing. But is someone teaching some of these boys, if this man has relatives or sons and stuff like that, or grandchildren, somebody has grandchildren, they teaching these kids how to do this, more in particular with these boys. And it's like, well, I'm gonna teach you how you gonna be licked right. This is an older man doing this to somebody very young. Okay, so I hope somebody like be able to find them. Somebody's last name could be Young. Oh my goodness. But yeah, somebody also is trying to look into some other type of theories to utilize to get away with these. But it's definitely a black dude. Somebody could be, like I said, white, or white complected of any race, or biracial. One person could be like Nigerian. Someone could recently have got dreads or something. It could be a woman passing as a man. Because I keep seeing that TikTok video that dreadhead dude where he be sitting there like trying to prove the point of, how we changed over years from 2000 now to 2025, where, we was wearing baggy clothes now to you got motherfuckers wearing, girl clothes, the men and stuff like that. So someone could be, Nigerian, but I'm getting somebody just looking like, but also out of these people, I'm hearing somebody could have cancer. So someone's really sick and they need like help or something like that. But doing what they did is not called for. You don't do that to somebody to try to get their attention, to get sympathy or some weird shit. Like somebody could be using that to try to abuse someone. All right.